here's what I'm using. 2-minute advanced 2-minute remover, and also aircraft ultra paint remover. Doesn't have the methyl chloride in it, so it's not the old stuff that works really well, apparently. So all I've been doing is I mask up and protect my eyes, and then I pour it into this jar where I've kept my paintbrush, and it's now melting the paintbrush. And I wear a mask, so time lapse. Here's about 10 minutes in. Doesn't look too different except for it's just pulling off itself. The car used to be gold, and that's gold under there. You know the best way to do this? I'm kind of learning as I go. It doesn't look like they sanded the gold. It looks like they just primed over it. So I'm surprised they primed it at all. Kind of smells like wet paint and like a wet dog. In some of my disassembly, I've come across stuff like this. They did the square headlight conversion, and I don't know what they've actually done with the original bumper, but underneath this is metal, and they have cut it and bent it, and I imagine that so they could adjust those headlights or something. But they've cut the rubber bumper right there and then filled it full of it wasn't even fiberglass, it was just Bondo. They just put Bondo in it, like a sheet of fiberglass, and then put Bondo on it. So I was gonna think maybe to get a new bumper, but I think what I'll do, because this is all just cracking off and it pulls off because it doesn't flex. So I think I'll just fill this in, and then I'll build like a bracket and build some running lights maybe right here, and I need a blinker. So I'll try to customize those a little bit. Or find a new bumper altogether with lights and stuff, but it's just taking more time away from my other car that I want to get done. So I don't know why somebody would do something like this. In other news, the hood is coming along a little bit. I'm probably 85% done with it. I still need to do some of this type of fiberglass work, and also right here it looks like this was cracked when I got the car, and when I took it down more I found this crack, so it feels like it's been reinforced a little bit. I'll have to reinforce some of this and stop these cracks. In taking off the paint with chemicals, this is what it's turned out to be. I only used aircraft paint remover on all of this. On this section I only used the remover and then I just scraped it off. In this section I used the aircraft remover. Let's see, I used it 3 times there. No, that's false. I used the 2-minute remover there 4 times and then sanded it. So right there, this section I sanded. This section and here and the back I just used aircraft remover. This black paint was just gumming up my sandpaper too much. It was just taking like a sheet of sandpaper every 3 inches. So now I can get to the fiberglass pretty quick when I sand it. That black paint has been pretty annoying. It's like gummy. So the first time I do it, it looks like that little section. I haven't done anything with that. I've only done 1 hit there, and I've done 2 coats here. I'm getting the door sanded. So far I've started right here at the back. I did the plate, started here and worked my way to the door, and just got the mirror off so I can make this section smooth, paint it. The mirrors don't work, and little trick to get the mirrors off. If you've never taken these mirrors off, this cable runs down back into this cavity. They run, and then they have a connection right here that you have to undo with the screwdriver. Connection right here, undo with the screwdriver, and then they plug into this unit and this unit. While I was in there looking at the windshield wiper plug, and look what I found. This plug needs a gray, white, gray, orange, brown, but that's not what comes into here, and things have been spliced. So why would you even want to splice this? Again, I found a whole bunch of wires that have been cut. I'm not sure what this goes to yet. Let's go. I'm not too sure where that goes. The washer or the windshield wiper motor that I'm looking at, I think I said washer, I meant windshield wiper, goes here. Somewhere there's a plug for a light. Oh, look, right there. Right there. For the light. 2 wires that go to a light. Looks like the door's been broken, and they re-puttied it. And this is off a 92? That can't be right. It's not a 92 door panel. Oh, maybe it is. I don't know. I thought they changed them. Oh, so maybe that's a 92 door panel. There's no way. Anyway. To get that, I had to take the speaker box out. I can't get it out. It's really heavy, actually. I kind of don't want it in the door. I put my speakers up in here, so I'm not using these. But you have to take the door connection off. You have to take the door panel off. And then you just find more destroyed wires. So getting back to sanding, I think I might leave the door panel off to sand it so my trunk doesn't work. There's the trunk connection that's been cut. More electrician's tape. Unfortunately, see this, there's more putty. They cut this and I don't see anywhere to put lights. So unfortunately, I can't handle that. I cannot do it. I know this started as a parts car, but come on, man. This is disgusting. Even for me. Gotta figure out how to take this off. I think it's coming off. Oh, it even has, is that hooked to it? Has this garbage on it. It's coming off. As you're aware, I'm not a big fan of how they have just carved out anywhere to put fog lights back in. So I had to El Camino this thing, and I went over and picked up fog lights. Oh, I got the plate too. A wrecked car. And the little bumper pad. Oh, they got shims in there. Interesting. Anyway, gonna pull this out. This thing came off of a black 1989 convertible, and it's gonna do the job. It was very tempting, pretty tempting actually, to not try to buy the convertible. He was parting it out, or you could buy the whole car, or he was selling parts off of it. It was actually tempting to maybe buy the entire car, just because I really wanted a convertible, but I don't know what I'm doing with my life, so it's part of it. So you can see it just has a split in it, and if I can get it worked out to where it's a little bit more even. All right, here's what we got. I got a polyurethane tear right here, and I need it to not be torn. So this is the tear I was talking about. So what I think I'm gonna do, get my Warrior, the old Warrior out, do a little heat on it. I just need to strengthen it. So I've got the world's strongest bond, and it's for thermoplastics, which I believe this is a breed of thermoplastics. And then I'll thermoplastic bond that onto the backside to give it some strength. Then I'll clear out the edges. So I'll heat it up, get it close, and then on the inside I'll clear off the edges with the Dremel. I'll lay the plastic, I'll lay the wire thing over it, and I don't think fiberglass is really gonna stick to it. I hope something sticks to it. But I'll lay some lines in so the fake epoxy stuff can stick to something. And then I'll look for another bumper in the future. I'm only 4 or 5 minutes into this, and I've already learned quite a bit, actually. First of all, it looks like it's all dented up and everything, and heating it up with my Warrior was just kind of went over it like this for a couple minutes. It got hot, like too hot to touch, actually. But what that taught me was the heating. Number one, heating it up is absolutely key. I can move it around, but I have this dent in it, and I just learned, I was trying to get it to relax, and part of the problem is that it's not, when it's structured to the car, it gives it the right form. Therefore, I'll just get it back on the car, and I think that's the key for this. I'll end up taking that off now and go from there. So this is somewhat of a headache. Took apart all the wiring from the little wire bracket that's apparently not held on by much. I have my own Las Vegas ball sphere that I need to take out. Those come out with these two. Those come out with these two here. I don't know what size they are. There they are. Look like they're 10s. Take this out. Las Vegas sphere. Holy crap! What in the world? Oh my gosh. Look how many bolts there are. What? There's razor blades? What is happening? How much meth can you do? Let's see. Oh my gosh. This is such a crazy. This is just so crazy. So then I undo all of these bolts, these little, whatever they are, bolts. And then all of these, let's see if I can focus in on them. All of these, a whole bunch over there. And I need to take that fume out thing out. The fuel tank maybe. But I think it's supposed to go up to the intake. There's the things for my headlights and blinkers that I'm gonna have to figure out. I hate this. I love this car. So, pulled the coolant reservoir out, and this car just keeps on giving. What? I can't believe this. Oh my goodness. So here's where I'm at to get the front bumper off. I had to get down to this last two nuts, and I couldn't do it without, well, I still haven't done it, but I needed the hood out of the way, which is okay because I need to sand this section of the hood anyway. So it's the next morning. These wires are purple and black. Purple and black. These go to what I can see as the fog lights. So now I'm looking for the blinkers. I had these yellow, brown, and black, but when I dug deeper, it looks like they have been, I took them out of the casing. Looks like I got blue, brown, and black. I'm gonna have to redo if those are the blinkers. On this side, then I have this. So what I want to find before I put it all together, I want to find where the blinker stuff has gone. So I'll be looking for that. So after further digging, I cut this, whatever this contraption is, off. I found a black, blue, and brown. So now, these are for the blinkers. The problem now is the black paint on it, but I think that should be a blue. And this should be a black. Okay, so I'll add some line to this. I'll go get some blue, black, and brown. I think I have. Here's what I got real quick. Soldered extra line on all of them. Now I'm starting to heat shrink them and wrap them. Then I'll put them in a container and tuck them away until I'm ready to put fog lights and stuff back in. Well, here's the old front end. The new one is on. Could not film most of it because it was rampant with swear words. Got the wiring done. These things were a bugger. They stripped one out, so I had to replace one. So I kind of swore about it a lot, cut that one out, and then devised a plan. And I honestly would have filmed it, but I honestly was just swearing a lot. Overall, brings a new, man, that looks so much better. Looks so much better. Now I gotta fix that giant hole in it. As hypothesized, I was able to get the crack pretty good. So now I'll glue it together. All right, fairly embarrassing that took all day to change this over to this. That little crack that I had, I tidied it up. So I took some thermoplastic glue and I scraped a lot of the skin away. Then I laid some thermoplastic glue on the outside here. I carved a valley. I did it on the inside, and for your information, it's very messy. And then after that, I laid 2 sheets of fiberglass down just to kind of give it a structure. Then I glued this screen down, and now I'll lightly sand it. I don't want to go into the glue to lose the support. It's gonna form a crack, but I don't think it will split like it did. Also, I have some low spots all around. I'm gonna go and fix these chips there and around the edges there. I sanded off the extra fiberglass the guy had on there. Have some low spots. Gonna fix a chip. I'm gonna fix this structure here. And then I'm gonna fix this. So this is a pretty big deal. It has a giant crack that goes down to here. There's been some correction made for some reason along the line, and they did a bad job. So what I'm gonna do with this is I'm gonna drill a hole at the end of the crack to kind of stop it from spreading. I'm gonna carve the valley out and fill it in with long strand. Then I'll fill this in with short strand. I have two very faint cracks here. They don't look like they're structural at all, but I'm gonna carve them out and put some short strand right there. I'm gonna put some short strand and fill in the low spots there. And then where I screwed the top up, I made some grooves. I don't know if you can see them. I'm gonna put some short strand in those. That's where we're at. It took all day to get this done though. And nothing super exciting happened. Just a ton of sanding. So last time I left, I was creating this and I got this much of the top done. So it's ready to be sanded down and fit so I can glue it onto the frame. Well, while I was measuring it, I was out in my driveway measuring it, and a fellow Corvetter drove by and he asked me what I was doing, and I said, oh, I'm cutting my fiberglass so I can glue it to the frame. That's what these are from. I cut too deep on this section. And he's like, well, do you want a top? And he gave me this top, and it has, you know, it has the interior and everything. So he gave me this top, and he gave me the updated brackets. This is from a 92. He gave me the brackets that go in it. I totally forgot about that, and I was probably going to talk about that first, but pretty impressive that just a stranger, fellow car guy, he had a 93 maroon 40th anniversary, and I've met him 2 times now, and he has driven by a couple of times, and pretty awesome that he just kind of gave those to me. So anyway, that's a pass it forward message. Just get working on the hood, and there's the update for now.